Hello and welcome guys to another guidance video to explain how the Combo Pro software works. So we're gonna go over all the sections here, all the tabs, but I want to start with basically lead finder. So in here you can find the leads on its own. You don't have, like, if you don't want to send the emails, you just want to find the leads, for whatever, if you're generating leads for other companies or stuff like that. So what we can do is we can type in search terms, like, as in, you can see here, restaurant Marbella. We could put restaurant New York as an example, or whatever you're doing, whatever you're searching up, what sort of leads you're looking for. Then max pages per search, what does that mean? It means like how many pages of maps it will go over, like business listings. So, you can do one page, or you want to do like two, three, it depends on the country, like let's say, and as well the town, city, if it's New York, it might have like 50 pages, depending on the restaurants, let's say, as an example. Now, another thing is, for example, you can run this whole process in the background, like headless mode. So if you don't want the browser to interrupt, you can run it in the background. And then we have the what's called right side map layout mode, which is based for US and UAE, like as in Dubai. Some, like let's say Canada, has it, so they have the map layout a little bit different with the business listings. So you might need to use this. Actually, if you click it, it explains exactly what you need to do. So if you need this or you don't need this. So I'm not gonna go in too deep. I want to just show you quickly how it works. So we're gonna start it now, and we're gonna do a little quick run. So let's start it now, and you will see what happens here. So we're gonna just accept, and then you can see that it's looking at the places, and it's looking for the websites, and we can actually see what's happening. Like, let's say, let me show, like, there's on the active log, so it's going through like all the information of all that page. They said, like, found this, found that, like it's just going over. You can see what's going on basically. So it found, some website. It's probably gonna go onto it, not probably, but it will. So it's gonna look into it. As you can see, it's scrolling through. It found the email. Instantly it closed the page. If it doesn't find the email, what it does, it starts going through pages, so it's trying to find about us, but it found as well, again, another email. Now it's going into this one. It's gonna scroll through, check the whole website, the code itself. It found again the email. As soon as it finds it, closes, goes to the next one. So I'm just probably gonna stop it. You should let it finish to run. Well, we can do that right now if we wanted to. Let's see how many. We're on the 9th out of 14, so we can let it run. I'll maybe skip to the part where it shows the leads here. 1 second. So you can see it goes and finds all the listings on the map. So it's actually quite good, because if they're on the maps, it means they're active business. If they're not on the maps, if you're looking through websites, usually if they're not on the maps, they're not serious. So as you can see, there's an example. It's going through like pages like contact us, trying to find the different type of pages about us. It's gonna go through multiple different pages, and if it finds, it finds. If it doesn't, it's just gonna skip this and go to the next one. So you can see that all from active log. But this option, lead finder itself, is just to find the leads, so you can export them. You can see here, you can export. You can afterwards check old leads, to download the old leads if you wanted to. And basically that's it. So yeah, so it went over now 14 websites. Some of them it skipped because we probably have been scraping them before. And so let me show you exactly how it works now. So you can see if I expand it, it shows like the names of the restaurants, and it shows their email, their website, and all that kind of stuff. So it says found 14 leads. But it didn't find all the emails, of course, because not all of them did have it. But it doesn't really matter. This is like, you can gather up like thousands to 200,000 leads. So this is great for finding leads. Now, next one we're gonna go into is email sender. So email sender is basically when you have a list of emails. So let's say, for example, we're gonna try to let's go into here. I don't want to copy here, but I'm gonna go into let me quickly show you the example. So follow up, and let's say we want to follow up all these people that we have in the follow up list. So that's the people that never answered us. This is like, it shows where it answered, all sent, and follow up list, which we never answered us. So as an example, we wanted to follow up on this person. So we would select the template that we have created. I'll show you where you create them as well. Then you write a campaign. I don't know, let's write demo, or something like that. Email delays. So because we have 12 active mailboxes, so it's not going to send just from one mailbox because you will go into spam. This is the key to land in the primary inbox. So you must have like 12 to 20 mailboxes if you want to send. Depends on the quantity of emails you want to send, but you will land 95% of the time into primary inbox. So the more you have, the better it is for you. So you're gonna reach out to way more people, and it will all land to the primary inbox. None of the other companies like Klaviyo or Mailchimp or other companies will let you do any of this. So, for example, and they will never get you that huge open rates and stuff like that. So plus they're gonna ask you, where did you find the leads? You'll need to validate everything. Like, it's too much control basically. I know it's depends on their reputation, like that they don't want to mess up their reputation. But with this software, you are responsible for your own actions. You accept our terms when you use the software. So if you like, I mean, you're responsible yourself. We don't take any responsibility over your emails, who you send it to. So now let's go to, and let's say I wanted to send to this list, right? So I'm gonna click validate these emails. Now it's gonna say they all in the exclusion list, which is already we send these emails to them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click like select it, and then we're gonna start sending. That's it. And, there you go. There you have it. Like, you can send to you can do the follow up. Like when you create, like if it's a list from somewhere you got, like a Polo or somewhere else, you didn't scrape it yourself, you didn't find those leads yourself, like, and you add these leads into the list and you click validate. Most likely they will go into the good section. Some will go to risky and some will go to invalid if they're invalid emails. So it just validates the emails. It checks. It does a little check basically if it's gonna bounce or it's not gonna bounce, but it doesn't do advanced bounce check because it's like it's not really needed. It's cost money. So I'm trying to save you money by doing a small check, and you're still not gonna get banned or anything. You're not gonna get into the blacklist or anything like that. So that's why it's amazing tool. So if you have a list, nobody asks you any questions where you got it, because maybe you got it on Facebook, you was running a lead generating ads, and you don't have to prove us where you got the list. You're accepting our terms that you're gonna use it in correct way. If you misuse it, that's your own. If something happens, it's your own fault basically. So right, so let's go into combo mode. This is the coolest mode, I suppose, from all of them. So let's say you can see I was running London agencies, right, as a campaign name, and I added search terms so that you can see London market agency, digital marketing agency, London performance marketing, like a lot of keywords. Just pulled it out from ChatGPT, basically some list, like some keywords, and added. I wanted to target London, and then the software itself is gonna go into each individual, like it's gonna go into maps and it's gonna go into their business profiles and it's gonna click on their websites and it's gonna find those leads. So and then go through all the websites and find those leads, right? So the more you add, the more leads you're gonna find. Remember, not everybody puts their email, or they put it very difficult to be found. So more keywords, the better, the more you're gonna get out of it. Of course, don't pack it up like 1,000 keywords. I always go with like about 10, 20 max, keywords. Now max pages. So how many map pages are you gonna go through? Like, are you gonna go through one? Are you gonna go through two? Because each individual keyword, let's say London marketing agency, might have 50 pages of business profiles. So you can select, like, let's say two. So it's gonna go into this keyword two times, like two of the pages. So it could be 40 to, like, I don't know, depends how it shows up, but it might be 40 websites in this keyword, another as well 40, and so on. So it depends how many pages you want to go through. Now the headless mode, I explained probably on the previous one. So headless mode means you basically run it in the background. So it runs in the background in the invisible browser, which allows you to use your computer while you finding leads and sending them. It's pretty great when you already know how to use the software. This one, right side map layout mode, I already explained in the previous one. If you click it, it's gonna go through here, and like I can read it quickly. Right side map layout mode enabled. This mode works with map layout there, where map shows on the right side, business listings show on the left side, no website links visible in the listing. This is usually for USA, Dubai, and a few other countries, so you need to double check yourself. You can just go into maps, business listings, and you will see. So if you are using, let's say if you're in EU and you're trying to find US leads, you will need to use VPN, as in like NordVPN or something like that, that allows you to connect with the US, because you won't be able to, open the websites will not open. If you're trying to open from Europe, the US websites through business listings, they will show you like saying like you're not from this location, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So it's better to use a VPN if you're trying to. It explains everything here in this pop-up. If you're gonna read it, you will understand everything. So just depends on your location and what you're doing. Of course, we can answer your questions and I can guide you more through it. Now, next thing, so you can select templates, email templates, random rotation. So it's actually not random; it goes one by one. So what happens is if you select let's say let's say you created multiple templates, they're similar but the wording or the subject line is a little bit different. You can select 3 of them, and when you're gonna find the leads, let's say it's gonna look for the leads, it's gonna send to those people. One person gonna get this mail, other one is gonna get this one, the other one is gonna get that one, and it's gonna rotate, come back again, and just again and again and again. So if you want to test which email got more responses, so it's very good to test, because sometimes you don't really know which one works the best. Now, next one, another thing I forgot to tell, daily, maybe I forgot or maybe I didn't, but I'm just gonna go again over it. Daily email limit. So it's not daily limit, it's by campaign. So let's say if you do not have enough mailboxes. So for example, 12 mailboxes allows you to send per day around 300 mails safely. Like, I mean, you're not gonna end up in spam. It's gonna be, it will work great. 300 mails, but I mean, 300 emails to a business it's great. Even it's not a huge amount. You're landing into the primary inbox, which is like you would need, like if you're using other companies, you would need like thousands and thousands of emails. You will be the software would cost you a fortune, and you will have to like, I mean, you understand the point. Like, you don't even have to send that many to get a good response and to get a client on board. Now, right, next thing, send option. So it's only a few things. Delay between emails. Like, it's gonna send to one person, then it's gonna wait 15 seconds, gonna send to the next person. So just the delay between it allows, like the throttling, or how you call it, like, so you don't overdo it, the emails don't get stuck and stuff like that, just you're giving some extra time to deliver. So now, auto verify emails before sending, no pop-up. This option means basically this option means that it's gonna verify if it's not gonna bounce. It's not a full protection, like it's still gonna, some emails will definitely bounce, it's not gonna be delivered, but it's trying to do a minimal test, like to see if the list that you're trying to send to, is it available to send. Like, it's just doing a little verification basically, as well as checking if you already sent to that person and to not send again. Now, test email, you can add your own email, for example, demo at gmail.com, whatever, let's say your email. So you send this. So what's gonna happen is when you're gonna start this, it's gonna start finding leads, and as it finds per page, then it's gonna start sending. So just in case, you can select the test email. So the very first email, even it found like 50 emails to send to, the first email is gonna be your email that is gonna be sent to. So it's gonna go find all the leads, and as soon as it starts sending automatically, it's gonna send the very first one to yourself. So you can see it arrived and it's correct. You didn't do a mistake, because you can stop the system immediately if you saw like, okay, I made a mistake, I need to fix something. Next thing, we're gonna go into campaigns. Have a look at this, guys. So today we did a little test run. So I added like these keywords, and you can see the campaign. So you can see all these campaigns right here. So some of them shows open 0 because I have not added tracking. So you can choose if you want to do add tracking or not add tracking, who opened the emails. If you don't add tracking, usually you're gonna get more delivery to the primary inbox, like about another, like you get about, I would say 20, no, maybe 15% less primary inbox delivery if you add tracking. But sometimes it's good fun to see who opened, who didn't. So for example, today what we did was like London marketing agencies, blah blah blah, all these kind of keywords, right? So we sent 158, we found 158 leads. We sent and then opens, we got like still they might open tomorrow, this might increase, this is recent actually, so it's not it was done recently, so this might increase. But look at this, 30% open rate. So 47 people opened from 158. Now if they loved my email, that's a huge conversion rate there. So delivery rate, I'm almost sure it was about 90%, but the open rate is about 30%. So it varies, depends on your campaign and what's your subject line. So, and then you can go into view details like about the campaign, so you can see the search terms you used, which mailboxes you used, like, we have 12, so we use those 12 mailboxes to rotate, which email we send, who did we send to. We can export it if we wanted to, it's just a little thing, just a quick overview. It's pretty cool, guys. And you can refresh open rates, and it shows like it updates like who opened the emails, right? So now next one, all chats, right? So all chats, now we have 12 mailboxes connected to the one platform. So we can see all the chat, all the emails that we're getting responses to directly from all the mailboxes to one area here. And we can hide it if we wanted to. So if I click hide, it will go into the hidden folder, which usually I put all the mail delivery that failed, all these kind of crap, or somebody who unsubscribed, I just add them into the hidden folder. Main inbox, I keep it here. So for example, let's say here, like so, an email was sent and you're getting replies, super interesting, and then you can do what you can do is you can write it back here directly, so it's going to reply from the email that you send. Even though you connected 12 mailboxes, right, you will be responding from the mailbox that they received too. So for example, yourstratiflow.com, for example, we have a lot of different ones, and when you reply here, you will reply from that. You can attach files, image, write a little message, and click send, and they will get the mail. So this is pretty cool, like, all in one system. You get all the mails in one place, and you can interact with all of them. It's almost like a little chat instead of feeling like emails. Mailboxes, you basically add mailboxes. So you add your email address, like info@yourstratiflow.com, your password, display name, which one you want to use, like let's say. Then we use Hostinger because it's the best, I think, personally, and I suggest for everyone to use, so we can track any problems down the line if you have any. So you can edit, test connection. After you add the mailbox, you can click edit button and then test connection, and it says connect successfully. Happy day. So the mailbox has been connected, and you can confirm it. So you just add a lot of mailboxes. I suggest like at least start with 12 or 10, for the great delivery rate. And templates. So now we can do with the template. So here we have like a little template. So you can name the template new 10, subject lines you should play around. This one works pretty good. Should I send it over to you? Let me know. It's like, could be like a friend sending you a message or something. And then I just explain about, like, if you used our previous software, like, and are you interested in our new one, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So now you can do a few things, like as you can see, you can add option opt-in out footer. So you can, if somebody writes stop it, stop this, in any way they write like stop sending me messages, they will be added to the blacklist, so you can never send them an email again. In theory you can, but like it will add, so for your own protection. Then you can enable email open tracking. So this is the line basically. So the more URLs you're adding, the less chances you're gonna get to the primary inbox. So always, if they reply, you can send as many links as you wish afterwards, but the first email that you're reaching out should not contain, or contain as least as possible, the links. And enable email opening tracking, you must include that little link. It's invisible. This is a little pixel. When they open, they do not see this line at all, like, all the tracking stuff, they do not see this. It's invisible. But the problem is, like, I'm still adding it, so I'm reducing my, like, my chance of delivery to the primary inbox by about 15%, but not by much, so it's still okay. So yeah, so you can just create new templates. You click new template, you write the name of the template, subject line, the body, and you add, I suggest always add, that they can opt in out, and enable tracking if you wanted to. And as well, like if you're sending for US business, you must include your business address, but this is all like recommendations. You do as you wish. This is my suggestion what you should do, but you do as you wish. Exclusion list, let's go into exclusion list quickly. So we're gonna go into, there's three things: exclude emails, exclude websites, and blacklist opt-in out basically list. So exclude emails, it's all the emails that you already sent to, so they keep getting added to this list, so you do not send to the same people again. You can send to them again if you wanted to, but I suggest not to, only if you want to follow up eventually every month or something like that. Exclude websites. Do not, when you go lead finding, do not go into those websites again, because what's the point? You're just wasting your time basically. Like we said it here, saves time, but not visiting them, because you already been there, so what's the point to go again, right? And here's the blacklist. So you can remove those from blacklist and save it if you wanted to send to the person who said to you specifically, do not send me emails anymore. But I suggest not to do that. So this is just that kind of thing. We have a restore backup. So in case you deleted all your the excluded emails, there is a restore button. So it restores that day's, you might be missing few, but you would get the most of the list back. So follow up. So answer all sent, answered, and follow up. So what happens? We send all the to all the people. We send and then we got 59 replies, right? So this answered minus all sent equals follow up list. So you can just copy this list as an example. So I'm copying, and let's say I want to follow up these people again because they didn't tell me to stop now or anything. So I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into email sender and I'm gonna add them here, pass it here, click validate, and I can, you see it tells you that these all emails are in exclusion list. Are you sure you want to send it to? And if you select this, you can start sending again. So of course you need to select the template, which one you want to send to them. So yeah, so that's basically it on this side. Now what we do is, so you saw the follow-up is pretty simple, guys, and you can add like people that already answered if you want to, if they answered somewhere else for you, so you just want to add them, so you do not send, like, it just, if you want to add, you can add, and then they're not gonna be in the follow-up list, basically. That's simple as that. Terms and conditions, right, guys, that's, you will have to accept that as you get the license key. And email health, that's a pretty cool one that we have, last one on the list. So before we finish, so for example, if I click any of these, it's gonna go into the website and it's gonna check where I am blocked. So you see it shows like red, like, but sometimes it's just it says failure, so it's not really unblocked there. It's just like it's just the server didn't work properly. So you're always gonna end up like with the new emails that the domains that you buy and the email boxes that you get into spam eating monkey, which always adds you into 30-day kind of trial period. You can see here if it's red, it doesn't mean that you're blocked. It just means that it failed to check. So don't worry about it. If it's red, it doesn't mean that. Most important, all of these, they're not really important. Most of them is mostly, it's not important. The spam house, where is it? Spam house, somewhere here. Spam house, there you go. Spam house DBL, domain block list. If you end up in here, you can throw that domain and that mailbox away from your software because it's you're done basically. So you're gonna be useless. So you can check all the, you see this is our all mailbox, like all the domains that we got, and all of them have a mailbox, and I can check each individual of them and basically see the progress. If I'm starting to see like the open rate is going bad, it must be one of the mailboxes is already in a spam box. But if you do a safe run, like you don't send one mailbox sends 25 email per day, you're gonna be in a safe zone. So that's why I say buy, let's say, 20 mailboxes and you can send a bunch more. If you buy 30 mailboxes, it's not a huge investment. If you're in this business, it's not a huge investment, guys. Like, I mean, what, 30, so 300 euros for 10 domain names, and about, like, let's say, call it maybe another, I don't know, let's call it like for a year it will cost you around 700 euros or 600 euros to have 30 mailboxes. You will never end up in spam. All your emails will end up in primary main inbox, and you will be successfully sending and finding new clients every single day. And remember, you have unlimited way to find the leads, guys. This is unlimited, so we're not charging you. Everything is included in the package, like, so finding leads doesn't cost you any money at all. And you can build up your own list as you're finding these leads. These are publicly available emails. We're not scraping some personal emails. We're going through businesses, so they're all publicly available. If you're offering B2B, business to business, this is, you're in a safe zone, basically. Of course, some people could abuse the system, but it's on their own head, basically, because we're not taking any responsibility for individuals that is doing using the software incorrectly. So, right, guys, that's all for today. I hope you helped out. Watch this video again a few times to understand every step of a way that I'm explaining. And I hope I'm gonna create more of these videos as we update these softwares. We keep on getting new updates, keep getting new requests from different people. And as well, I want to mention that if you want to resell our software, you are able to. We do have a partner dashboard now where you can resell the software. Okay, guys, let me know in the comments if you need any help or anything, and we can get in touch. Okay, talk to you. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video.